Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. We're in a little bit of a breezy condition tonight. It's a little bit wet, and we're sort of on the golf cart, but we're going to the convention center for the Challenger Fest event that's going on. This is the second year for this thing, and it's the first year for Event Radio to get to cover it. And it looked a little hazy today at the track all day, so we thought, well, we're going to go see the guys in their laid-back position at the convention center when they're not busy, they're not racing, they're not doing all that stuff that they have to do at the racetrack. And we thought it might bring you a pretty cool show. Car guys are really cool guys. They're all different. They all have the things that they believe in so strongly it's unreal. The Ford guys, of course, think the blue oval. They bleed blue like UK fans. And the Chevy guys, they think they ought to wear a bow tie to bed. And you know, everything that goes along with the car that is their passion, I guess you would say, they really, really get into. Well, the Mopar guys are the absolute cream of the crop when it comes into getting into what they believe in. A Mopar guy believes strictly in Mopar, nothing else, and you know, he's got a little bit going for him there. If you look at drag race history, every top fuel car, every funny car since the 60s has used the Deere Chrysler 426 Hemi motor or a copy thereof to set every national record that's ever been set with a drag race car, especially fuel cars. And even down to the class cars. The Hemi cars are the bad boy on the block. Chrysler even builds a 440, which is a bigger cubic inch than the 426, but the Hemi head motor makes so much more power and moves so much air and fuel, nothing can compare to it. That's the reason all of your fuel guys and everything's, the billet motors that they build now are all carbon copies of the 426 Mopar Chrysler engine. All of them are. So, you know, the Mopar guys, they got something going for them. They believe in their cars. They believe in their product. And this event, the Challenger Fest, is one of the ways to pay homage to that. This is what we're going to call a little but loud event. It's just getting started good, and man, the guys are loyal. They love their cars. They love the Chrysler products. They think there's nothing like them on the road, and to them, there probably isn't. Once you become a Mopar fanatic, you are that for the rest of your life. I don't understand how guys get branded as they do, but they certainly do. And we're going to get a chance to meet them. We're going to get a chance to talk to them about their passion, about the Challengers, the Hemi Challengers, the SRTs, all of the Chrysler cars that are here this weekend. These guys know everything there is to know about the Chryslers, and we're going to talk to them and find out all we can, and try to bring you a pretty good show out of it. It's still a little bit nasty and a little bit wet over here, but it's not going to dampen the spirits of these guys at all. They've been out in the rain. They'll stay out in the rain and talk cars as long as there's somebody there to listen, and I think that's a cool thing. We appreciate you joining us on Event Radio. We want to bring you shows that you'll like, that you'll constantly tune back in to learn more about and more of the things that go on, especially at the events here at Beach Bend Raceway, all the events, of course, at the Corvette Museum, and all the stuff that T and I cover that we think are real important. We're going to get real busy. We're going to get to sneak into their private area over here where it's reserved for nothing but the Challenger Fest guys and the Challenger Fest cars. And we're going to possibly start with one that's under the pavilion or underneath the entrance to the Holiday Inn, which is an absolutely gorgeous Challenger convertible. It's yellow. Looks like a wild bumblebee, and I really, really like it. It's a good-looking hot rod, and we're going to start with these guys. We can find out who owns it. We're going to talk to them and see what is going on at Challenger Fest 2017, Bowling Green, Kentucky. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the number one brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we are back from the Challenger Fest event. And we pull up to some guys that the fun police can't be far behind. I mean, these boys are having fun. They're with our buddy Bernie Lawrence, and I find out that the yellow car is Bernie's, and I am not surprised. He has a fleet of good-looking hot rods, and he just happened to make it in. This one, of course, is a Hemi car, I'm sure, with Bernie. It's got to be. I haven't looked under the hood, but it's got to be a Hemi car. What is your name, sir?
My name is Chuck.
Chuck? Is it Chuck or what?
Chuck Nicholson.
Chuck Nicholson. Where are you from, Chuck?
I'm from New Orleans.
Ooh, you're not supposed to say that. I met a lady from the Nolens Police Department, and you got to say Nolens. You don't say New Orleans.
When you meet a lady from NOPD, you say what she tells you to say.
Yeah, that's what she told me. But really, she lectured me. She said you're supposed to say Nolens.
Nolens.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what everybody from out of town says. But at home, we're just plain old New Orleans.
Okay,
so,
well that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Cool. So you get ascended upon for the. Whatever that deal is, what is that? New Orleans, where they do all the Mardi Gras. Yeah.
Right now it's Jazz Fest is the big
Jazz
thing going
Fest.
right
That's
now,
cool.
so.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get Jazz run over here by a Toyota. So this is your 8th trip, is that right?
Yeah, we've been there all 8 years.
Really?
We've been coming up from the beginning.
Having a big time each time, I hope.
It's been a blast. I mean, we just we kind of descended on Bowling Green because it was the center of the country, and they just treated us phenomenally well.
And having a kicking drag strip doesn't hurt, does it?
No, you got a great drag strip. They got good folks there, and we've gotten a good relationship with the city, and they've been welcoming, and we love that they're car people here. We don't have to worry about going to get everybody out of jail every night.
Well, you can tell when you come to the convention center, and you're having a lot of fun because the sheriff's department lines up right over there, and there has been a burnout or two done in this street.
Yeah, a couple of them. As a matter of fact, we started out across the street at the Hilton Garden Inn, and it was kind of fun that for a long, long time on the satellite views of it, the parking lot was very, very well striped from that first year.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to. You guys are like certain dogs. You got to mark your territory.
Pretty
Is that
much,
it?
yeah.
And you got the cars that will mark the territory, my
We-
friend.
We can definitely mark them.
Yeah, you put the Hemi cars out there, and there is nothing that compares with that. I said in the opening of this show how important the Hemi motors have been to drag racing in general. They have been the motor of choice by everybody in the fuel ranks since the mid-'60s. They actually ran what I call the flathead Hemis before that, which were the old 392 copies or Donovans or whatever they were. And the 426s took over, and it went, I guess, from the flathead, they gave it the nickname of the elephant motor. That's what it was given. And it's because of the great fuel and air mixture curves that man, the cylinders, the hemispherical cylinders just suck it up,
Absolutely.
There's nothing better.
It's unbelievable the power that they're able to get out of these, what would be traditionally considered small block motors. And, we got guys out here that are, we have cars out here that are running I guess in essence, 5.7 motors, and a lot of them are running now the 392s, and they're turning 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 horsepower out of these little bitty motors. It's just unbelievable.
Well, it's amazing what the I call it the younger generation. Okay, the innovators that have come up with the twin turbos, and they've come up with the it's sitting there running like a sewing machine, and then they turn it loose, and it's like an 8-second car at 150 or 80 or something like that. And it's just amazing to me to watch that.
Well, you see so much that these guys are doing. These guys are doing amazing jobs of customizing. I mean, this guy basically has turned a Challenger into a Barracuda. And it's just so fun. And there's so much variety in these cars that guys just tweak them and bend them. And if you want to do that, that's wonderful. But then we got these guys out here that are walking into the showroom buying Hellcats and going out here and, running 10-second times all day with no drama. It's just,
tell me about the new Dodge car that's got all – I mean, this thing, the Hellcat has been a phenomenal addition to the lineup. But the new, is it a Dart or what is it?
Well, it's a Demon. It's they're calling it a Demon, so a lot of people are a little upset because the Demon's not necessarily should be based on a Challenger.
Right.
But they're calling for it to have 840 horsepower, and they're saying the car will run mid-9s out of the box. That's just crazy.
Well, there again, they're going with the co-pros. They're going with these guys have got to save face. They've been the leader for, 40 years, So, and we also talked at the beginning that guys brand themselves with cars. And if you're a Mopar man, you are a Mopar man until you die.
Absolutely. However, I will say that I'm a diehard Mopar guy, and I bought my car in 2009. It was the Challenger I always wanted when I was a kid, and I could never have it then. But we live in a time where, Chevy's still building a phenomenal Camaro. The Z28 is amazing. The new Corvette is just, stunning. And and I just saw at the Texas Mile 2 weeks ago, I saw a Mustang run 266 miles an hour.
Of course, yes.
That we can do cars like that are going like that in this day and age. If you had told me that 20 years ago, I'd have told you were nuts. We'd all be driving little quiet things that that run green.
Yeah, well, purists going,
Yeah.
And I know. I think the car hobby is alive and well, and I was a little concerned for a while with the young people because they were strictly stereo crazy, and now that the factory's helping them, and it's maybe because they didn't grow up in the era that maybe you and I did, where we had to make it work. Now they're giving them help. It's coming out of the box, being a hot rod, and they like it. They like it, and the sales reflect it. And man, it's pretty cool.
And you got guys that are really pushing it, and it's a little bit more of a challenge on the Mopar platform than it is on the Ford and Chevy. Ford and Chevy actually give a lot more help to the guys than the factory does, but.
Well, that's the way it's always been. They denied Dodge denied sponsoring Don Gartlitz for 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, every Ray Charles could see that. That he was doing it, but they denied. We're not going to have anything to do with drag racing.
Well, they finally won a NASCAR championship and pulled out the next year.
Well,
that's kind of the way. So.
I guess it's sort of don't do as I say, do as I do, right?
Yeah. But we'll still be there. I mean, they say that the owner loyalty in this segment is the highest of anything, and we.
I believe so. Look at these guys; they're out here standing in the rain talking about their hot rod.
Yep.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yep. We still got I think we got over 100 cars, and knowing that the rain was going to do what it's going to do, and we started out 8 years ago. There was 35 guys, and the interesting thing was it all started with a half a dozen guys when the new Camaro came out, and the Camaro guys put on a Camaro Fest down in Valdosta at South Georgia, and a bunch of the Mopar guys that we asked, can we come? And a bunch of guys came, and the Camaro guys will never admit the first two cars to go down Camaro Fest were two Challengers.
Probably so. Yeah,
and then they decided to start doing this. And
the Chryslers have always been home on the drag strip now.
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of guys talk the talk, but these boys walk the walk. They don't have to just talk. They've got plenty of hot rod horsepower to go with them, and I for one think that's pretty cool. I think that's neat.
We got guys out here. That are 19 years old that are having a ball, and then we got guys out here that I'm surprised they can walk. They're just
there you go.
They're still going at it.
I'm one of those, man.
Time.
I'm one of those. Knees don't work, none of that stuff. Listen, my friend, thank you for making the trip from New Orleans or Nolans 8 times for being here. We hope you come 80 more.
We'll keep coming.
And the Challenger Fest, guys, is a great show. It's a wonderful show, and if you want to come see some absolutely gorgeous hot rods, make sure you attend it, come to it. The guys are more than friendly. I pulled up here, and I had to threaten to let him sing the national anthem to be on here. But, you got to do what you got to do. That's part of it. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
For
Appreciate
joining
it.
us. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We're at the Challenger Fest, and we're having just a big time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the number one brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we are back from the Challenger Fest, and we find the man that makes you drool to come to these events by the pictures that he takes, because he is the videographer. I guess did I say that right?
Well, photography.
Close,
Close,
for country boy, right?
Yeah, for a country boy, that'll work.
Hey, I'm telling you, and he has got a cut my finger red Challenger that is absolutely gorgeous. It's got my favorite wheels in the world on it. And man, this thing is a show dog. What is your name, sir?
Wes Eatons.
Wes Eaton. Where are you from, buddy?
I'm from Ada, Oklahoma.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's where. Wait a minute. Let me think about Ada, Oklahoma. A company called Legal or something.
Prepaid Legal.
Prepaid Legal started there a long time ago.
That's Harlan Stonecipher.
Okay, all right. So you know these guys.
I do.
Well, good for you. That's what I guess you get out all your legal troubles.
I don't have his money.
Well, can you do burnouts and stuff and get out of it?
I've been known to do one or two.
I figured you had. You take all the pictures for Challenger Fest, and buddy, you're sort of like the guys that make films that you make the movies, and you make the events, because there are so many people that see your handiwork that can't come, that drool over. I was kidding when I first said that, but they drool over your handiwork, and you make them want to come next time.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope they will. It's a great event. Bowling Green's a great town. This is my 6th or 7th year, and enjoy it every year.
What's the hardest thing to do as far as the pictures? Is it capture the wheels up, leave off the line, or what's tough?
It's shooting at a track is tough because you're not setting up your shots. It's very fluid. There's a lot of movement and stuff, and generally a lot of people that do cars professionally, they'll spend 5 or 6 hours setting up a shop and their particular shot and their lighting. And at a track, you generally have about 10 seconds to get the car framed and shot, and then it's gone.
Yeah. The opportunity has struck and left.
Opportunity strikes and leaves very fast with this bunch of cars.
Do you sell some of the pictures to the guys?
No.
Because that used to be the rage. That every track that I ever went to, there were professional photographers that not only covered the event, but they took everybody's action shots, and they made a lot of money. Really, I
have a day job, so to me it's just I'm a Challenger enthusiast, I'm a car enthusiast, and I'm just glad to be able to do it. A lot of people come out here for the first time. They want a picture of their car on the track, and I'm just glad to be able to provide them a somewhat decent picture, and so no, I just do it for free.
Well, listen, it's a great deal. Is there a publication that all of your stuff is featured in that maybe the people that are listening to our show could go look at?
Well, I have a website that I put some on. Of course, a lot of them I post on Facebook, and
well, how did they get to that?
Wes Eatons. Ada, Oklahoma. You should be able to find me on Facebook that way.
Okay. Well, the police might find you too, so we better not do that.
Well, I am one, so I don't worry about that.
Oh, are you?
Much.
Well, okay, that's good. That's good.
So, and that's in Flickr. I post high resolution stuff on a Flickr page.
Okay.
It's strictly a hobby.
Well, it's a good hobby.
It's a good hobby.
And it's funny you say that about being a law enforcement officer. I do this all the time, and I run into people in every event that I go to, and you'd be surprised the number of police officers that are really car guys that are into it, and that's a cool deal.
Yeah,
we were talking about in the segment from the fellow from New Orleans that, of course, one of the lady police officers that I met from there, she instructed me to say Nolans. I ain't supposed to say New Orleans. No
Nolans
more.
works.
Yeah.
I know where Nolans is. New Orleans, I'd
have to look on a map, right? But I met her, and her name is Sheila Cantu, and she is a major, I think, or something in the Nolans Police Department.
Nolans PD.
But sweet lady, and she introduced me to some more. There was a whole group of guys and gals in their Corvette club, and they were all police officers, all of them. And I said, man, that's pretty cool, you know. And I guess you ever give a guy a break that's a hot rodder?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't do traffic.
Oh, okay.
Stuff,
All right.
But if I did, I probably would. I'd probably
Would you?
look at the car. Yeah.
Yeah, and say, hey, bud,
Yeah.
I know.
It'd be hard for me to write a ticket to somebody, given some things I've done occasionally.
Well, you know, you might have spun a tire a time
I
or
might
two.
have, yes.
Just maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Not for real, but maybe.
Closed course professional driver.
Yeah, there you go. How did you get into doing the pictures?
Well, I learned photography stuff about 30 years ago as part of my job, and
So you must be a crime scene investigator.
Well, I
or something.
was for a long time.
Okay.
And it's just a hobby I've always done. And when I came out here to, I think, Challenger Fest 3 or 4, which was, I guess, 5 years ago, I just decided, you know, I saw a need. There wasn't anybody taking, you know, really good high-quality pictures. And so from about 5 or Challenger Fest 6 or on 5 or 6, can't remember which one, I just got to where I brought my camera gear out here with me and just started shooting them and found out I really enjoy it.
You know, something that has always amazed me out of photographers, and I'll give you the compliment too. I walk up and I look at your car, and I think it's gorgeous. When you look at it from a picture-taking point of view, you see the car, the background, what's sitting next to it. You see all of that stuff because you're looking at it and how the picture's going to be.
Yeah, but a lot of times I don't see all that until I look at the picture after I've taken it.
Well, a couple of the guys I talked to, they said, yeah, they take all that into consideration when they take it, you know.
I'd like to.
And I never even see it. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at your car that's drop dead gorgeous, and I never paid any attention. There was an old van behind it and a tree over here and a tent behind it. And,
yes.
you know, I never even looked at that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess that's an acquired talent or something, huh?
Well, to some degree, that's what Photoshop's for.
Okay.
When
It's like the old carpenter's adage, with hammer and nails, we do our best.
that's
Paint and
right.
putty will cover the rest.
That's
Is that
right.
it?
Yes. It's you kind of, you know, at a track it's really difficult because there's so many different. You know, they'll have mops and brooms and trash cans and, you know, and all kinds of things like that. And,
Right.
You know, you just have to work around them as best you can. You know, but it's always hard, and I always prefer to. I really don't like shooting cars in parking lots because that's not where cars. That's not their native area. You know, I'd rather
Right.
a track or on the road.
Right.
You know, is better. But yeah, it's you know, for an amateur, occasionally I can take a good picture.
My friend, thank you for
You're
taking
welcome.
the time to be on Event Radio. We appreciate it. That you know, we all appreciate what you do. We very seldom get to tell you.
Well, thank you.
And now perhaps several people out there understand a little more when they see you with your hat turned backwards and playing with that lens and on the starting line and all that stuff. They understand why you're doing what you're doing. And it's a talent, my friend.
Well, I appreciate
you
it.
really have a talent. Guys, we're having just a blast. Thanks for coming all the way from Oklahoma,
Well,
too.
thank you, man. It's been a great,
I actually
great place.
bootlegged.
enjoy
I
it.
actually bootlegged some Coors beer from there once.
Well,
we won't talk
yeah,
about that.
No.
It's statute of limitations are out.
I'd never done anything like that.
I'm sure you didn't, but we-
especially growing up in.
I used to run an old funny car, buddy, and I went to Oklahoma City and got rained out, and we loaded that trailer with Coors beer so we could pay the expenses. You know, I felt like smoking a Bandit or something.
Yep.
But we didn't
statute
make
of
it.
limitations runs, 2 or 3 years. So.
Well, that's
It's
been
good.
longer than that,
Yeah,
buddy. It's been 30 or 40 years. I'm okay. Anyway, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on Event Radio. It's been our pleasure having you.
All right.
We appreciate you coming to Beach Bend and Bowling Green, and on behalf of Holly and Quick Fuel and all the rest of the guys, Gearhead Gazette, all the guys that help us do this. Thank
Right.
you for coming. We hope you had a good time, and we hope you come for another 80 years, and we're looking forward to seeing it all on film. How about that?
All righty. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're out here having a blast in the parking lot. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Challenger Fest, and everybody that knows me knows that I love hot rods. I love all kinds of hot rods, but my absolute favorite hot rod in the world is a 32 Ford. And I run into one. The only problem, the rain got it wet and it shrunk.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that owns it has got to be cooler than pockets on a shirt because he has a moon eyes tattoo. What is your name, sir?
Mike Sloan,
Mike, where you from, friend?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's just down the road, buddy.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Yeah, man, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
So I know you didn't ride that all the way up here.
No, I didn't ride it all the way. I got an 09 Challenger.
Yeah, but you've been riding that since you've been here.
Oh, yeah.
And that thing is cool. Actually, guys, what this is a 32 Ford that's got, I don't know, probably a Honda motor in it or
I think
Briggs
it's a-
or something.
I think that's a little weed eater motor.
Well, it runs good anyway. But it's got headers. It's got, it's just cooler as it can be.
Yeah, the header's where you put your feet on.
Yeah, where did you dream up and get that thing?
I actually found it in a pawn shop.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that pawned it, I bet, is sorry.
Yeah, I'm not.
No. So you having fun with the Challenger Fest?
Oh, yeah. I've been coming about 6-7 years now.
Have you?
Yep.
So it's a must-do, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much my one vacation every year.
Do you? Okay.
I do for myself.
Well, you gotta have a good one, you
Right.
know.
Oh, yeah.
And the Challenger Fest is as good as any, the
Yes,
way
sir.
I see it. Mopar guys are they love their cars.
Right.
They're probably the most brand loyal hot rod guys that there is.
Yeah, I believe so.
You would think the Corvette guys would be, but you guys cover them with ease.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's because we don't have a lot of support. Not as much as the Mustang, Camaros, stuff like that.
Right. But you got the hot rods. See, that
Right.
makes a difference.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, they're quick.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing's quicker than a Hemi car. I mean, there's nothing faster than that.
Nah.
So you've been in the hobby a while, huh?
Yeah. I had Mustangs, I had Camaros, but I think my favorite one is my Challenger.
So you always been a car guy, though, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Since I was a little kid.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that, buddy.
No, my first car was a '71 Chevelle Malibu.
Well, there you go.
Man, that was my high school car.
Well, we all grew up during the cool cars. So
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah. Well, listen, buddy, we had to stop and talk to you with the 32 Ford. I think that thing is just cooler than pockets on a shirt. I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
And we saw it going through here, boy, and man, that thing said, "Whoa, we got to stop and see that."
It'll zip around pretty good.
Listen, thank you for being on Event Radio. Thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time to talk to you about this thing. And if you ever take it back to the pawn shop, buddy, don't take it back there. Just bring it to my house.
right, I will.
I'll be the guy that wants that.
All right, no problem.
All right, guys. We're on Event Radio, guys. We're having just too much fun at Challenger Fest 2017. You're on Event Radio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Challenger Fest. And anytime you got good-looking cars, guess what else shows up? Good-looking women. And I'm a pro at finding those. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Amy.
Amy, where are you from, dear?
I'm actually from right here in Bowling Green.
Are you?
Yeah,
So you're really getting into this thing.
I really am. I have the Furious Fuchsia Challenger here. This is my event. These are my people. You know I'm coming.
Hey, I'm telling you. and it's been here, 8 years?
This
that
is
right?
the 8th year, yes.
Oh, wow. This is cool. And it's cool to have you local. That's even great, you know?
You know, I think I'm one of the only local people here.
Really?
Yeah, I've looked around and I'm looking for my friends and nobody's here.
Well, that's like
and I'm
me. I've
wondering,
lived
where
here a
are
long
they?
time. I have a sheltered life, too.
Oh,
That's what it is.
well, it's hard to do when all you do is work, right?
Well, I don't know. I do all the events. I do all of them at Beach Bend. I do all of them at the Corvette Museum. I do all those things.
I need your job.
Well, you can have it. No,
I do HR. You want to switch?
I don't know. Maybe yours has got to pay more than mine.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't either. But what got you into the hot rod hobby? Pretty girls are. I mean, I know pretty girls and hot cars go together and all that stuff. but what got you into it?
Well, honestly, it started when I was a little girl. The first car show my daddy ever took me to, I was 8 years old.
Okay.
I was hooked ever since.
Really?
I decided right then and there, I will drive a hot rod.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, you know how life happens. You know, you grow up and dad says, you're not driving a hot rod for your first car.
You say, yes, I am.
Yep. So I had to grow up, get a big girl job, and buy my own.
Did
That's
ya?
what I did. When I went looking, I found that Furious Fuchsia. I said, it's mine.
Well, there you go. There you go, Gail. Hey, do I pick them or what?
You sure do.
I know what I'm doing. See,
You do know what you're doing.
see,
You're
I
pro.
do it. Old, blind, and ugly is not too bad.
No, not at all.
You know, I mean, hey, it's okay. But do you drag race?
I don't. It is my daily driver, and I'm scared.
Why?
Well, I don't. I need to have.
It ain't
a
fun
ride
till
to
you
work.
break it. That's what,
That's
you
true.
gotta break it once.
Maybe next year.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Have you gotten just a little ugly with it out on the street? Maybe.
Well, maybe once or
That's cool.
that is cool. Once or twice
Have you?
against a
So
few.
you've spun a tire or two.
You know, I just put new tires on it. So when
Honey,
you
you
have
can't have a hot rod like that and not spin the tires.
Exactly. Life's too short to drive a boring car.
I agree.
And you can't drive it boring too.
I agree. I agree. And if you're a Mopar fan, you're a Mopar fan for life.
That's right. Mopar, no car, baby.
Hey, that's cool. What turned you on to that? I'm sure when you went out to get a hot rod, did the Mopar jump out at you, or was there something else you considered?
Well, I don't know if you remember back in 2008 when the first Dodge Challenger commercial came out. They did it old school, like the British are coming, the British are coming.
I didn't see that.
It was the best marketing I've ever seen in my life, and that's when I decided that's going to be my car.
Well, I can understand where a commercial really gets you, and I'm going
Yep.
to tell you why. The absolute best Super Bowl commercial this year was
Okay.
done by Mercedes,
Okay.
and it opened up as a biker bar, and they
Right.
were in there. I mean, just doing all the stuff. The bikers were beating on each other and smashing beer cans on each other's head.
I remember.
And a guy comes in and says, "We're blocked in," and they go out and here's this gorgeous SL parked in front of all their motorcycles.
Right.
And they go out, they're going to get this guy, and all of a sudden, Peter Fonda, Captain America, walks around the corner and says, "Cool bikes," gets in the SL and drives off.
Right.
So that has got to be one of the coolest commercials to be a nostalgia
I agree.
deal. I really got into that one. I like that one.
That was a good one. I forgot about it, to be honest, but you know what? I remember it now.
Well,
it was
that
a good one.
It was a cool commercial.
It was a very cool commercial.
So I can understand where that would make a big impact on you.
Yeah.
Now all I got to do is figure out how to get enough money to buy the Mercedes. See, I got a motorcycle, so I mean,
You're halfway there.
yeah, I'm halfway there. I can. I'll dream up something.
Yeah. So what I did to buy my Challenger.
Okay.
I bought myself a little model Challenger and I put it on my desk every day at work.
Okay, where
so
do you
that
work?
way I knew what I was looking for.
Where do you work?
I actually work for Martin Dodge here in town.
Well, isn't that convenient?
It is. We are one of the sponsors for the event,
That's cool.
and
I knew Cornelius very well. He was
He
a
was
nice
a great
man.
man.
He was a nice man.
I wish I got to meet him personally. But
oh,
I,
I
never
knew him
did.
well.
Yeah.
I knew him better than most.
Yeah.
But
I work for his son now, Chad.
I like Chad. Chad's
Yeah.
a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Miss Martin's a nice lady.
Oh, Miss Martin, she's wonderful.
Yeah, but Chad's good fella. I like Chad.
He is.
But
I don't know how he keeps it all straight in his head. He is so smart. I just don't get it.
Well, he came from good stock. His daddy
He
was
did.
a cool guy.
I've heard.
And I did a lot of dealings with him, and just some more than car dealings. And he was a little hard to get to know, but he was a great guy. I mean, he was a great guy.
Yeah.
And but we
He
had
was
a lot of
very
fun.
involved in the community, and I
Yes.
love that about him.
Yes. Well, you guys do a great job. You're getting Martin Dodge a killer commercial.
Martin Dodge, baby, come on down.
What do you do there?
Human resources.
All right, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you can find somebody who'll sell them a car, right?
Oh, yes. We have actually 4 salespeople that are at the event this weekend.
Really?
And we have 4 vehicles that we have for sale at the event this weekend.
Boy, you'll step up, guys.
I know.
Hey, you don't have to just come and be a spectator to this event. You can come and find this little lady, and she can make you a participant.
That is correct.
How about that?
How about that?
Well, listen, lady, your food's getting cold. Thank you.
Thank you.
you for taking a few minutes to
No
be on
problem.
Event Radio. We do this stuff everywhere, and I'll give
Awesome.
you a CD when you get out of here that you'll know who you're listening to or you're talking to, or who's been sitting here sniffing your hamburger ever since you've been here. But thank you for taking a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me thank you for a couple of things.
Okay.
Thank you for working for a company that supports the car hobby in town.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big deal.
It is.
Bowling Green has turned into Car Central
I
with
couldn't
all
be
of the
happier.
stuff. No, me either. Corvettes started it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Mr. Martin one time was cruising around the XLR, and I gave him a hard time about that. But the Bowling Green has really stepped up in the car community with the Challengers, with the Corvettes, with the Hot Rod Reunion, with the Tri-Fives, with
The
everything.
LS Fest.
LS Fest, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they put LS Motors in a go-kart. I mean, they put it in everything.
It's so
Yeah.
wonderful.
But, guys,
you see them in Miatas all the time.
at Event Radio, guys, we thank you for being here. We thank you for sponsoring this event. We thank you for bringing probably the most loyal car people. The Mopar guys are the most loyal car people out there. And thank you for taking part in their event. And thanks for being a good-looking local gal. Hey, we're
you.
there, boy. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We're having just too much fun. The Fun Police will be here on us anytime, so we better move on. But we'll be right back.
On the track or on the street, the number one brand in performance is Holley. Have you heard about the Ultra Street Avengers, Ultra Double Pumpers, Ultra HP, and Ultra Dominator carburetors? They're ultra light, ultra cool, and ultra fast. Holley carbs are the most powerful carbs money can buy with no further modifications. Holley, winning performance for over 100 years.
All right, guys, we are back from the Challenger Fest 2017, and the gentleman I'm going to have on here now has got to be the coolest guy on the grounds. He is the man with the ultimate hot dog cart, and he's running around here with a hot dog on his hat. What is your name, sir?
My name is Leon Luke. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
You're from Nashville.
Yes, Nashville,
Hey,
Tennessee.
it had to be from Music City to be cool.
Oh, yeah.
How long you been in the hot dog business, buddy?
I've been doing it about a year and a half.
Fun and games, huh?
Oh, yeah. I love it. You meet so many different people. That's my dog, Nashville.
Really?
Yeah.
So you do this down there too, right?
Oh, yes. I travel all over. I actually live in Murfreesboro. I've been up there for about a year.
That's just down the road.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not far.
But I was born and raised in Nashville, so.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I tell you what, you can't run an event, you can't run a race car without good fuel, and you can't go have a good time without good fuel in you, and there ain't nothing no better than a hot dog now.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite.
Hot dogs are sinful. I mean, they're, you know,
Oh,
you
yes.
can put, what all do you put on them? You put everything on them.
Oh, yes. I got a dog. It's called the Snoot Dog, and I have ketchup, mustard, relish, onion. I also have a dog. It's called the Doggy Style. It has pulled pork and baked beans on it. I sell that one. I sell a lot. The crowd gets a kick out of that one.
I bet. Is that your biggest seller?
Actually, the Snoop Dogg is the 10-inch Polish sausage, and I sell a lot of that one. That's a crowd favorite too.
All right, now you gotta tell me, do you use like Nathan hot dogs or what do you use?
Yes, I do. I use Nathan. You got to use the best.
Well, that's some guys that I've talked to. That's what they use, on some of the carts that I've talked to, and they all say the same thing, that those are the best hot dog out there.
Oh yes, it's 100% beef. It has a really nice taste, nice little snap to it. And I do something special to my dogs. I actually spiral cut my dogs. And
really?
It gives it that unique taste. I haven't tasted any dogs like it around town.
Well, where in the world did you get the hat?
Oh, I actually got it off Amazon from a costume shop.
It's cool, buddy.
It actually attracts a lot of attention, from kids, and I really look like a friendly guy, with the hat.
Well, hey, I'm telling you, did they call you the hot dog man, or what do they call you?
Oh, yes, the hot dog man.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that now, buddy. I tell you what, if you come to Challenger Fest and you don't search out the hot dog man to eat lunch, something's wrong with you. You've hit your head or something. Because, man, there is nothing as good as a good hot dog. And this gentleman has got his act going on. I'm telling you, you got it happening, my friend.
Oh, thank you, man, thank you.
We might even drive to Nashville to get one. We ain't that far away.
Oh yeah, you can check out my Facebook page, and I post all of my locations. And
all right, what is that? Where people can find it?
It's actually Facebook.com/That's My Dog Nashville, and dog is spelled DAWG.
That's cool.
And you go on there, and I tag all my locations and what I'm doing every day. So stop by and get you a dog.
Hey, buddy, I'm telling you what, this little show goes all over the world. So, hey, guys, you want to get a good hot dog? Our man here is a way to go, and the hat is just a killer. That's all I can say.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for being on Event Radio, my friend. You're going to get wet, and I don't believe a wet hot dog would be too good. So,
no, it might be a little soggy.
Yeah, a little soggy, but that's okay. You got to take the bad with the good. Thank you for being on Event Radio. We appreciate it. And, guys, get you one of these dogs. They're awesome. We'll be right back, guys. Well, guys, it looks like unfortunately, the weather got the best of us, but we got in some pretty doggone good interviews. Some people that the Challenger Fest is quite an event. It's a good event for Bowling Green. This is the 8th time it's been here, and, man, it's gotten bigger each time. And even with the bad weather, the guys are having fun. They're doing things, everything from the hot dog man to the guys that put on the little lady and the fellow from Nolans and the photographer and everybody that we had a chance to talk to. We really appreciate them joining us at Challenger Fest 2017. As always on Event Radio, we never quit a broadcast without thanking our sponsors who are right up there with breathing to us. We appreciate them more than they know. The great guys at Beach Bend Park, Beach Bend Splash Lagoon, and, of course, our favorite place in the world, Beach Bend Raceway. What a great place to have as sponsors. What a wonderful bunch to have as friends. And what a great place for you to go have a good time. The guys at Holly Performance, the companies they own now are getting astronomical with MSD, Quick Fuel. All of the companies that they own, they're turning into the mega giant of automotive good stuff. So go to holly.com, you call them, you talk to their tech guys. They are absolutely brilliant. Whatever you need for your hot rod, the guys at Holly can fix you and do what you want. The great guys at Quick Fuel Technologies, there are no better race carburetor people on the planet than Quick Fuel. They know how to make it go fast. I don't care how fast your car is, they can make it faster. Quick Fuel Technologies, wonderful, wonderful people. Our good buddy, Mr. Jimmy B. at GearheadGazette.com. He can tell you who, what, when, and where of every good event that's going on anywhere in this whole region. If you go to GearheadGazette.com, check it out. You can always find somewhere to go have fun in the car hobby. And trust me, the ones that Jimmy B goes to, you can bet are sure enough good events. They are the best this country has to offer. At Event Radio, we appreciate you listening to our little shows more than you'll ever know. Our audience has grown so much, it's staggering to even us. We sometimes just can't believe it. We have to pinch ourselves. T has been off at Daytona playing motorcycle. Won't be long. He'll be back, and thank goodness he didn't fall off. He's had a good time. He's done well, and he's been running some senior races, and as always, kicking and winning them just like he's done for the last 50 years. The boy is bad news on a motorcycle. He's my buddy and my radio partner, and, man, we have a ball doing things together. As I said, we appreciate you listening to Event Radio. One thing I want you to do, if you've enjoyed what you've heard, please tell a friend. But if not, you keep that to yourself. Thanks again, and we'll talk again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.